Hey there, Internet. My name is Genzai, and, I love EDM. It's been a burning passion of mine since middle school, and, I'm kind of just sick of not doing anything about it. I thought maybe I could build an audience here on YouTube, on this platform, based around my passion for it. One thing I've noticed about the EDM community is that the commentary side of it isn't exactly all prominent, I guess you could say. EDM YouTube seems to be mostly, from what I've researched and seen over the years, is a place for artists to release their music, a lot of feature channels and record labels releasing music, as well as a lot of tutorials for sound design and DAW usage and all that, which is great. I love all those things. But, what if I could try and do something to take a more personal approach, you could say, and talk about music I love and discuss further projects of mine, music related, and just talk about EDM and what I love about it. I think that this kind of direction could do a lot of good for the EDM community and further ignite discussion amongst us fellow bassheads, EDM fans, people like and to celebrate its birth, I present to you the top 10 EDM producers that have influenced me the most over the years. Let's get to it. Alright, so now you know that I'm a massive weeb. It's interesting when I think about it. I found Kotori when I was in high school, 2017-ish. I was really into anime then, and I had plans to merge my passion for anime and bass music together. At that point, it was more rare to see producers like Kotori, as the main niche of anime-influenced EDM fell in the realms of kawaii music or hardcore, styles of dance music that utilize happy, glitchy, future bassy samples with anime-influenced vocals and chops. I like those styles a lot, but I wanted to combine those kawaii elements with the hard-hitting bass music scene that I love the most. That's when I found Kotori. His music showcased to me how combining those two elements could work, and it was magical to me. It still is. I've been a die-hard fan ever since, listening to all his releases. It's been really cool to see his style evolve over the years, from melodic dubstep all the way to the current hype of the rhythm scene. Many more artists have risen in his wake or been recommended to me through Kotori's work that I love to death as well, but I will always think of Kotori as the prime influence in weebstep for me. It's simple to say that his work has and continues to influence me a lot as I emerge as an EDM producer. If you ever see this, thanks Kotori. Keep at it. Man, Fox Stevenson has always just been a bop to me. Anyone remember back in the day when he was known as his former alias, Stan SB? Those were good times, alright. The thing I love the most about his style is how he writes his lyrics kind of like an alt-rock artist in a few ways. He gets me emotionally hyped with his lyrics about the struggles of life and youth. He brings back memories of my teenage years, bittersweet things that energize me, give me hope for the future, and make me sing along on the car trips to work, or vibe to silently on a porch outside on a star-lit, warm summer night. Combining his hard, catchy lyrics with an assortment of electronic styles just make him a fun artist to listen to and keep up with. Whether he drops a sick, grindy dubstep track, a pumped-up drum and bass banger, or his softer, more pop-rock influenced styles, I know I'm always going to enjoy listening to Fox Stevenson. Though I'll never quite hit the higher notes he can, that won't stop me from trying, because his tracks are just so hype and fun. Thanks, Fox. Love ya. Man, it's really hard to put into words just how much I love Puppet and why. To do so, I think I need to go back, way back. Back to before I was even introduced to electronic dance music. At an early age, I didn't really have much experience with music. The music I was normally surrounded with did not exactly appeal to me, and I was not a fan of loud noises. That was until I was introduced to rock. Before long, I divulged into several rock groups that I ended up enjoying a lot. Artists like the Goo Goo Dolls, 3 Days Grace, Flyleaf, and Yumi at 6. The hard-hitting vocals and harsh, piercing sounds of electric guitars gave me a new perspective on music that I enjoyed a lot, helping me get over my fear of loud noises like thunder or gunshots. Upon my introduction to EDM in middle school, however, I practically abandoned rock altogether for many years due to my newfound taste in music. But that all changed when I listened to Puppet for the first time. I was blown away at how he combined screamo punk rock with electronic samples like he did. It awakened in me the rock fan that I thought I had left behind. Puppet has a style like no other artist I've ever heard before, a style that reawakens my earliest days of music, merging it with my more modern tastes, and I just can't get enough of it. I can't count how many times my voice has gone hoarse, singing along to his music on lonely car rides or in the silence of my room. There's so much emotion put into his music, and this guy's talented. He's really, really talented. I mean, he plays guitar, he plays drums, mastering, and he has hilarious Instagram stories. So he's kind of pretty damn near perfect to me. I was sad to see him go last year due to his personal problems I can really understand. But now that he is back with his new track, Living in It, I can tell he took the time to find himself again, bouncing back with a new perspective and zeal for music. Puppet, you've helped me a lot the past several years of my life, and I'm glad you're back, stronger than ever. When I think about what the EDM scene would sound like 10 to 20 years from now, I always think of Must Die's discography. For good reason, due to my belief that Must Die is just one of the most innovative, unique, and barrier-pushing artists in the scene. Even in his earliest days, his music never really sounded like anyone else's. He has always had his own sound that he has messed with, further evolving it over the years. The way he transforms bass music with his screechy, grindy samples, influenced by bass house, hardstyle, and any other subgenres he feels like messing with, they all just sound really good on a nice system. People seem to either really love or dislike his music from what I've seen, but I hope we can all respect the contributions he has brought to EDM over the years and how he refuses to bow to the norm. Also, he responded to one of my Twitter replies one time, and that was just the best. That made my week. What I've always loved about Volpetron is how he creates emotion-evoking lyrics and accompanies into hard vocal bro-step, dubstep-like growls and basses in a way that gets both my mind and body in a fit of passion. They don't call him the sad dubstep boy for nothing. He experiments with all sorts of different styles, but his writing and sound design for any genre he's toying with always comes out clean, hard, and gets you in the feels. I'm sorry in advance, but for a few years, up until somewhat recently, I thought his name was pronounced Volpe and not Volpe. It's funny because he showcased that in one of his tracks, so I guess it must be a common problem. Sorry, Ray Volpe. I know the truth now. Big thanks to Volpetron for making my Lonely Night jam sessions a whole lot of fun. An inspiring upbringing, a passion for music, ILLENIUM captivated me when I listened to his Awake album for the first time. Everything about his music is so ethereal, melodic, and hard-hitting. I can say with assurance that ILLENIUM definitely comprised most of what I was listening to in my later high school years, with good reason. There are many awesome memories I have senior year of high school, going through a lot of tumultuous events, thinking about the future while playing his music. His style is so cool and unique, it's pulsating, heartfelt. His sound feels like it permeates my soul. Though I can't say I like most of his newer tracks as much as his Awake or Ashes albums, I respect and enjoy them a lot nonetheless, for other reasons. Artists' styles change, tastes and things change as you continue your journey through life. Yet, some things never do. And that's showcased by the occasions when ILLENIUM collabs with other artists in the bass music scene or releases official remix EPs of his tracks. It brings back older times by showcasing his older styles in a new light. The message I get from ILLENIUM's discography is to honor and respect the past, the good things, the bad, yet continue pressing forward to new things. I love deadmau5. Need some proof? There you go. deadmau5 is iconic, one of the kickstarters of the EDM craze. There are reasons his career has practically given him a household name, reasons that go beyond his music. First and foremost, he brought a lot of innovation to house music, taking new approaches to sound design, creating never-before-heard chord progressions and pulsating beats crafted so well they still sound great by today's standards. Not only did Joel create groundbreaking music, however, he issued forth new software that helped make sound design and music creation more user-friendly than ever, enabling countless artists to get into music production with ease. That's right. Joel co-founded Exfa Records alongside Steve Duda, which birthed popular VSTs and plugins like, Serum, OTT, just a few small ones, no biggie, and others used by countless artists and producers around the world to this day. Alongside his ventures into software, deadmau5 introduced a lot of new and creative ways to design visuals and skits for his live performances to better entertain and captivate audiences. He showcased to the world that live venues aren't just about music, they are a performance, audibly and visually. All in all, Joel Zimmerman, to me, is a renaissance man, a Leonardo da Vinci in the world of electronic music and the processes behind it. I could talk for hours about how and why deadmau5 means so much to me, but I'm gonna cut it way short here. I got the gist out of it. What? Dude, Skrillex. I find that hard to believe. Honestly, I feel it has become somewhat of a meme how every producer or fan of EDM has influence from Skrillex, or when you mention EDM to anyone that isn't very familiar with the scene, they just say, oh yeah, you listen to that Skrillex guy. Memes aside, what you can get out of that is the fact of how big Skrillex became, how far his influence has reached. It's one thing to have an EDM artist be recognized by everyone in the EDM sphere. It's a whole other matter when you have everyone and their grandparents be familiar, at least vaguely, with Skrillex. I think it's because he got so big, became a household name, that so many people owe influence to him. Because of the timing, the more widespread use of the internet, and the attention from the media, Skrillex gained the adoration of the younger generations more than any other big EDM artist at the time. For so many, it's because of Sonny that people were introduced to EDM, allowing them to spread their wings and shoot off into the rave scene, discovering other artists, and maybe yearning to become one themselves. It's a sort of childlike nostalgia that you get for your favorite video games and movies, a set of distant fond memories that fuel the soul and more or less drive the current scene today. It's because of those aforementioned reasons that I have so much to be thankful for towards Skrillex. I was introduced to him when I overheard my friends listening to Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites and Bangarang way back in 7th grade. It was a sound like none other than I'd ever heard before. Something so foreign and unreal. It had me hooked for life. I was yearning for more. It was around that time that my brother got me this CD. And along with that, my father got me this cassette and CD player, all for Christmas. I recall the days following to be so blissful and ignorant. I'd crank the CD alone in my room or together with my brothers. On the daily, I'd lie in bed and soak up this CD on repeat. Never got old. It was in those moments that I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I want to be an EDM producer. I'd affirm to myself. I'd say to myself every day, all days that followed. From there, I went on discovering new artists, finding further inspiration. Like all music that hits the big time, gets the attention of the press, wins the Grammys. Eventually, things die down a bit. When people moved on to new things, new bigger things, I never did. And those people that never moved on, many of them are the producers you see now that carry the scene forward. It's true that what I have said can apply to any other producers as well. I am a nostalgia-driven person, so sorry and deal with it. But that doesn't negate the fact that others alongside me can attest to Skrillex's influence on the new generations, many age groups really. I love Skrillex because he showed me a new magical world, ignited a passion in me at a young age that's driven me to where I am and will continue to fuel me as I press forward. Remember how I said that many artists that have been inspired by the legacy of Skrillex are the ones carrying the current scene? This guy is one of them, and one of the big ones. Highly inspired, grinding for years, Virtual Riot has been one of the lead foundations of the current bass music scene for a long time. A true mastermind in sound design. His in-depth tutorials, countless sample packs, and wavetables have made producing EDM more and more accessible to thousands upon thousands of rookie producers. So much so that it's became practically a meme. He isn't one to keep his secrets to himself, publicly sharing and encouraging others to utilize his processes, use them as a springboard to explore even more opportunities in the realm of sound design as time progresses, keeping EDM exciting and innovative. A kind and generous bro, expert pianist, massive meme, a hopeful sensei, VR's influence, though nowhere near as widespread as Skrillex, it's one of condensed potent quality. When Skrillex more or less has taken breaks every now and then from the EDM scene in recent years, with the craze of it dying down, sort of, Virtual Riot has been one of the many, but one of the most prominent to carry the torch and help keep it alive. Virtual Riot has not only made me want to be an EDM producer, he has made me believe it to be possible through his legacy of innovation and very helpful personal approach to music creation. I am just very blessed to have Virtual Riot on this earth to continue to teach me and bring forth new exciting music.
Let me float back to the place you found me. I'll be okay.
Porter Robinson's discography is magical, not only in the sense that the tracks, the audio itself is innovative and beautiful. The magic transcends what you hear because every track tells a rich, vibrant, imaginative, and emotional story that creates a sense of atmosphere drenched with passion. Porter Robinson's legacy over the years is a series of visual and auditory stories designed to make you feel, to encourage you to become a better person, to think outside of what you already may know, to imagine and inspire you to create beautiful things like he has. Never before have I stumbled across an artist with such vision, such determination to help people through music. He draws his stories from the deepest parts of his heart and soul, places I never thought we humans could go. Every track is unique, every track designed to pinpoint different areas in your being to sow healing into them. to provoke you to do something about the problems you are facing in your life. Porter has done so many things to help people and accomplished grand feats that will be remembered for years to come. The most notable to me is his work Shelter. This is an example of a track already story-rich and just beautiful from the audio, done justice with an expressive anime adaptation by A1 Pictures. Shelter showcases the infinite potential of storytelling and just how powerful a product you can create when music and animation join forces, complementing each other in just the right way. I'm beyond psyched to have Porter Robinson back with his Nurture album, and I feel his work shines just as much as any of his other works in the past, in some cases more. If you haven't, I highly suggest you listen to his World's Commentary segment. There you can get an understanding of his visions and how he portrays his stories. Porter Robinson has inspired me to create more than anyone else. His work has challenged, planted a desire in me to create something magical, to wake up and try every day, to reach for the skies and strive to fulfill my dreams and desires. This is why he deserves my #1 spot. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. Engage with me in the comments if you want, if you feel led to. I really love discussion, and that's what I want to primarily build this channel off of. So if you have anything to say, please feel free. I'm curious. If you like this style of content, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. It'd make me really happy, honestly. I mean that genuinely. Like, I really hope I can build something off of this. We'll just have to see in the future, right? With all that finally out of my system, I leave you with this. 15 more inspirations that didn't quite make the top 10 cut, but I still really feel deserve mentioning. Thank you all for watching so much. Remember to keep striving for what you're passionate about and take it day by day. I'll see you soon, my friends.